Stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Sea-Doo dealership. Score up to $300 off or a free 2-year warranty on 2024 Sea-Doo Sparks and $500 off or a free 2-year warranty on all other brand new 2024 Sea-Doos. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of September. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of motorcycles and watercraft in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Fall is the perfect time to work on outdoor projects. Whether you plan to install a fence or add shrubs to your landscape, don't risk an injury by hitting a buried power line. Always call 811 before you dig.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Adam Carricker on the ticket.
Position right of the quarterback, out of the shotgun, first and 20. Jailbreak screen in the air. It is tipped. It is intercepted by Carricker at the Missouri 21-yard line.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, 8-year NFL vet and All-American defensive lineman Adam Carricker.
Shotgun snap to Everett. He's got the left arm going, and now he's got a whole lot of Adam Carricker who rips him down inside the 25-yard line.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Adam Carricker.
Holy Moses Malone, ladies and gentlemen. It is the dawn of a new era. I am live in studio at 93.7 The Ticket. And, I chatted with DP about this yesterday, and I'm going to go rogue. I would like to officially call, because we had an agreement, and you can find me. You can send me that FedEx later if you want, DP. I want to call this show the Adam Carricker Show going forward, because I am live. I am in studio Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, going forward. It is the dawn of a new era. Live, noon to 1 p.m. Central Time, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Steve Taylor's still dropping that knowledge every Wednesday from noon to 1 p.m. Central Time. The fastest 1 hour in radio. Rashawn, you can have the fastest 2 hours, but I wasn't a math major, but maybe 1 hour goes faster, even though Rashawn does a great job, to be clear. I'm joined by my man, Jake. He's over here producing the show, trying to make me sound somewhat un poquito inteligente, just a little bit. How you doing, Jake?
Oh, not too bad. Certainly happy that football's back and happy to have you in the building.
Dude, I'm pumped. I'm pumped that we're going to be working together. I'm pumped about being live in studio 4 days a week. Again, that's noon to 1 p.m. Central Time. Grab your lunch. Come join me. Come join The Ticket. Come down to 93.7 The Ticket, the Mill, the studios. Come join us in studio. Listen to us in your cars, on your radio, if you're so inclined. We're going to be, of course, talking a whole lot of Husker football. And if you don't know this about me, I love college football as a whole. We're going to talk a whole lot of college football and Husker sports. Those are the three main topics that I like to talk about: Husker football, college football, Husker sports, and every once in a while, especially in the offseason, Jake and I may chat just a smidge of WWE. All right. So what's on topic for today? Well, I feel like we should give some quick grades on Nebraska's game from Saturday. We should look ahead to Colorado. Oh, real quick, before I forget, because the moment I walk through the door and get home, if I don't do this, I'm going to be berated by 6 smaller human beings. So I want to give a shout out to my kids, because they're at home watching. They're not at school, because apparently you don't have to go to school on Labor Day or Tuesday. They get Tuesday off. Do you get Tuesday off?
No, I don't know. I've heard about that. I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah, we're also here on a Monday. That's okay. That's okay. I love coming to work. At some point in my life, I'll get a real job. Maybe. I don't know. But I want to give a shout out to my kids. So Jacob, Addison, Trinity, Dakota, Desi, Jordan. How you doing? It's good to see you. My parents are actually in town right now. So mom and dad, how you doing? And my wife, Angie's probably out doing something, accomplishing something for our family. Maybe I should do that at some point. But hey, Angie, if you're listening and tuning in as well. Oh, Rashawn Jackson's going to join me back at 12:30. All right, 3-time national champion, one of the best to ever do it, one of the best to ever wear the N on the side of the helmet. You get to listen to him every day, 10 to noon on the captain. He's going to join me at 12:30, and we're going to yuck it up just a little bit, talk, maybe a little bit of Husker football, just a smidge. But quick grades for Nebraska's first game. Scott Frost, all right, still a Husker legend, despite what may or may not have happened as a head coach, is going to be here at Nebraska, is going to be back in the coaching ranks. Talk about that briefly. And if we have time, if not, we'll do it tomorrow, because I'm here every single day in studio now. We will get to some general college football scores as well right off the top. All right, let's go through this report card real quick. The running game for Nebraska on Saturday. If you look at the rushing yards, all right, Nebraska 223 rushing yards. They average 4.7 yards per carry. Not too shabby. Now, UTEP's not a great team, okay, but you can only play who's on the schedule, all right? And, yes, you got these mega conferences with all these mega matchups, but every once in a while, you need a little bit of a tune-up game, all right? So 223 yards on the ground. UTEP, by the way, only had 56 yards rushing. So pretty good job by the Huskers on that. So as far as a running game, I got to give them a solid B+. The only reason it's not in the A range, 4.7 yards per carry, is not bad. But when you're playing UTEP, I'd like to see above 5. But no complaints there, okay? You look at the passing game. All right, Nebraska, first of all, had over 500 yards total offense. 507 total yards of offense. Passing, 284 yards of passing. If you didn't know, that's more than our season high for passing last year was 199 yards. That's more than every game last year. So right off the top, I don't know how you don't give that an A-, just right out the gate. Now, it wasn't 3 or 4 or 500 yards. I'm not looking for that from Dylan Raiola this year. I'm looking for efficiency. I'm looking for taking care of the ball. I'm looking for running the offense. I'm looking for being able to convert way more often on third down than not. He did all that. The offensive line was much improved, gave him more time up front. We've clearly got weapons on the outside. Isaiah Nayor, Okay. He had a great game. All right. Led all pass catchers, 121 yards, six receptions, a touchdown, 20.2 yards per reception on average. I give the passing game an A-. The only reason it's not higher is because it is UTEP. Offensive line. This is a key one for me for the offense. I trust that we have guys at the skill positions, guys at the skill spots. Okay, especially a wide receiver. We've got size. We've got athleticism. You got Ja'Cory Barney, Lloyd, guys with speed. You got gigantic targets. I mean, Jamal Banks is 6'4", Isaiah Nair is 6'4". Nash, I'm not Nash Hutmaker, although he'd love to run some routes. But Thomas Fedoni at tight end, Nate Borkashire, okay, 6'6". Borkashire's the midget of the group at 6'5". All right, at the tight end group, so to speak. All right, then you got the speedsters. So we got weapons. We got a young quarterback. There's going to be ups and downs. Saturday looked pretty good, but he's got the ability to get them the ball. He's got the ability to make audibles and changes at the line of scrimmage, which is pretty remarkable for a true freshman game one right out the gate. Okay, we got 4 talented running backs. I will say this. I got no complaints about having a stable full of talented running backs. At some point, 1 or 2 of them has got to take the bull by the horns. All right. But for now, no complaints. I think Matt Rule went into the game with the attitude of, I'm going to give them all plenty of touches, opportunities, and let's see who starts to emerge. All right. Ramir Johnson had the most carries, 11 carries, 50 yards, average 4.5 yards per rush. All right. Emmett Johnson and Dante Dowdell both had 8 carries. Dowdell had more yards, 71 yards, average 8.9 yards per carry. I'm sorry, Johnson had 71 yards, 8.9 yards per carry. Dante Dowdell, 55 yards, averaging 6.9 yards per carry with a touchdown. Emmett Johnson had the longest run on the day at 42 yards. Gabe Ervin seems to be the guy that gets the rock at the end of long drives. We go on long drives, bam, here comes Gabe Ervin, which not a bad strategy. Okay, he had 6 carries with 2 touchdowns. A total of 24 yards, but he didn't have far to go on a lot of these carries. So you got 4 guys who can run the rock, who can run the ball. I have no issues with a stable full of backs. At some point, you got to get 1 or 2 of those guys lathered up into a rhythm in a game as the season starts to evolve, hopefully this Saturday, and 1 or 2 of those guys takes the bull by the horns. So I started talking about the offensive line that I literally talked about every other position. But that's because I wanted to come back to the offensive line. The offensive line, I mean, Bryce Benhart has started more games than any offensive lineman in Nebraska football history. He was tied with Zach Wiegert. Okay, when I had Zach on last summer, he wanted to point out that, there were no COVID seasons. There weren't as many games in a season. But shout out to Bryce Benhart for earning that, all due respect. And the man has had ups and downs in his career, and he showed mental toughness and a lot of fortitude to be able to just get better and better and better and turn himself into a legit, by the way, he's a ginormous human being, 6'9", but into a legit NFL prospect. Ton of experience. You got Mazuka. You got Ben Scott. You got Corcoran. All right. You've got all these guys up front with all this experience. And it's like, for years, I have used the P word. And I've talked about this before. I've talked about this elsewhere. I've used this elsewhere. I've used the word, the P word. Okay. Potential with this offensive line for darn near a freaking decade. I don't want to use the P word anymore. I want to use the E word, which is expectations. I expect them to be better because it's fair to expect that. And if they're not, under third-year offensive line coach Donovan Raiola, well, they need to be. It's that simple. So the offensive line showed obvious improvements on Saturday. Okay. They're not exactly going to face world beaters this upcoming Saturday. Colorado doesn't believe in blocking or tackling or playing in the trenches. They want to turn it into flag football. So I expect the offensive line to continue to play better against Colorado, albeit Colorado is better and more talented than UTEP. But the offensive line was noticeably improved this past Saturday. Okay. It's hard to gauge how much because of the competition. So I'm going to give them a B for this point in time right now. You look at the defense. The defense really had one bad drive, 3 plays, 60 yards. UTEP went fast, caught them off guard, had the long touchdown pass. Other than that, they kind of shut UTEP down. All right. UTEP had a total yards of 205 yards. Like I said earlier, only rushed for 56 yards. All right. And they only averaged 5.7 yards per pass. That's pretty good. The Black Shirts played well. I love Ty Robinson getting a lot of penetration, getting the safety, helping get the safety, getting the sack. I thought Ty Robinson, and I'm just a fan of him. Every time I've ever had to chat with him, he's a guy who's just respectful. He's the guy who just wants to work hard. He's the guy who has bought into everything that's going on. He's very humble. So I can't help but just root for the guy. And so he told me when I talked to him at Big Ten Media Days, he was a little bit offended because, and actually Amon Green brought it up. Ty didn't bring this up, but Amon Green, being the big gamer that he is, asked almost everybody that we interviewed, okay, what do you think you're rating in the new NCAA college football game? Ty kind of smiled and got a little red in the face, and he wasn't too thrilled. He's somewhere in the mid to high 70s, but he was particularly not too thrilled with his speed and pass rush rating. And he just looked, he didn't make a big deal out of it. He didn't handle it great. He goes mid-season upgrades. And I was like, I like it, mid-season upgrades. But that's something he in particular wants to work on. He's talked with me about that. All right, so the defense, I mean, I'll give him an A. You know, one mulligan of a drive, hey, it happens. Okay, special teams, B+. I'm still waiting to see just how good Brian Buschini can be because his ceiling is so high. I'm a big fan of him as a person. The kicking game is the big question mark. We had short field goals, went in. That's good. It's better than them not going in, but you don't learn a lot. The field goal kicking game is really the biggest question mark that I probably have at this point right now. Okay, so special teams, I guess I give them a B+. I don't know how much you learned on Saturday. I didn't learn a whole lot. We'll learn more as the season goes along. Overall, I would give the Huskers, I debated between an A- and B+. The first quarter was a little bit shaky, which is the only reason I have a hard time putting an A out there. But the rest of the game, I walked away from that game feeling how I should feel about that game, and that's why I'm going to give them a B+. The only reason it's not an A or an A- is the first quarter, but it's the first game of the year. It's allowed to happen. Okay, 40-7. They reached the quote-unquote spread. I've never cared about that, but if you're a betting individual, that matters to you. Okay, so I give them a B+. The game this Saturday versus Colorado is obviously the big one, the momentum game. Memorial Stadium is going to be freaking rocking. When I think of particular nights where Memorial Stadium was rocking, Jake, what are some of the nights, the home games in recent memory or just all time? You're a little bit younger. How old are you?
34.
You're not that younger, much younger than me. I'm 40. Okay. I'm a young 40. Although my kids tell me I'm an old 40, so it depends on how you want to look at it. Like games that stick out to me, honestly, the Akron game that got canceled, the Miami game where we finally got Miami in our house. Those are some of the ones that stick out to me. They're the ones that stick out to you because this Saturday, I fully expect to be one that sticks out in people's memory banks.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think of that Miami game too, and that's kind of the I think a similar feeling that you're going to get here with Colorado. It's an old rivalry. There's a lot on the line as far as momentum moving forward for each program. Was the same case, in 2014 with Miami. So this is a game, and in the eyes of the nations is going to be upon Lincoln, Nebraska. You're going to have all sorts of. We'll see if Terrell Owens makes the trip. Lil Wayne's run with Deion Sanders before.
I didn't even thought of that.
Yeah, Warren Sapp obviously is going to be on the sideline. Colt McCoy in the booth. So it's just going to be kind of a who's who of college football, and it's going to be so much fun to see Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Raiola. Obviously at different points in their career, but similar play styles. Have the opportunity to duke it out and see who comes out on top.
So the Rock was at one of Colorado's games last year. If
right.
the Rock is there, I'm willing to take the ride in the back of the police car. I'm just going to walk up to him for no reason other than I just want to because he's the Rock and I'm going to rock bottom him in the middle of the field. And I'll take the ride in the police car. It's okay. I'm terrified of what my wife will say, though, and what she'll do. So maybe I won't, but I will, and I'll just live with the consequences. All right, real quick before we got to go to break. All right, this is per Pete Thamel on X. Sources, the LA Rams are expected to hire Scott Frost as a senior football analyst. Frost was most recently the head coach of Nebraska and went 13-0 as the head coach of UCF in 2017. Frost played 5 seasons in the NFL as a defensive back and worked as an assistant at Oregon. I am happy that Frost is getting an opportunity. I think an analyst, a senior analyst type role is a perfect way to break back in. It did not work as a head coach at Nebraska, obviously. And so I think when people see him, they're going to have a hard time giving him a head coaching job. But I do think the guy can coach football. I think he's great at X's and O's. I don't think he's great at being a leader of men or of college kids. I don't think he's great at personal relationships. And you know what that makes you a perfect fit for? Eventually being an offensive coordinator again one day. And I think he's eventually going to work his way back up into being an offensive coordinator somewhere. And I think that is what he is beautifully suited for. All right. You got any final thoughts before we go to break, Jake?
Just that, I think of this too. And I know people, you might, poke fun at the analyst role or whatever it is, but he's been selective in his process before. When he took the UCF job, he had mentioned he had other opportunities to take. He picked UCF because he thought he could win and build his career there. I think a similar thing here with the Rams. Again, it might just be an analyst role, but Sean McVay, anything he touches turns to gold, it seems like. Wide receivers, running backs, anything offensive-wise has been great. Obviously, Matthew Stafford has been able to do well there. So I just think that this was probably a bit of a selective choice for Coach Frost. And I think you're right. I mean, I hadn't kind of thought and broken down before like that, but I think down the line, this is the first step in him moving forward. And I do. Now that you kind of spelled that out, I think offensive coordinator really suits him well. And obviously had a lot of success doing that at Oregon.
He had a great success at Oregon. Well, I would watch our teams under Frost in the offense. The first 16 plays was phenomenal. The in-game adjustments were horrible. The halftime adjustments were not great. But we had wide open receivers that we just weren't hitting. And we had some running lanes that we weren't quite executing. Like the X's and O's, part of it was there. The other things that kind of fall into place that were due to players just flat out, honestly, not buying in. And, as far as an analyst role, there's a guy that sits here every morning that had coached for over 30 years, was out of coaching, was an analyst here at Nebraska. Then all of a sudden, he was the special teams coordinator. Then we let go of Frost. Okay, Mickey Joseph becomes the interim head coach. All of a sudden, in the middle of the year, which I've never heard of in my entire life, hey, Bill Bush, would you mind going from special teams to defensive coordinator? And he did it, and the Black Shirts got better under him. And he came back to Nebraska originally as an analyst. Then he helped turn around special teams, and then he helped not turn around at that point, but at least how do you do that after 4 games? But he improved the Black Shirts like a third of the way into the year. I've never seen anything like it. So best of luck to Scott Frost. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. I'll be joined by Rashawn Jackson when we come back. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186.
Experience a cleaner tomorrow with Niederhaus Refuse. Whether it's weekly residential pickups, large-scale commercial disposals, recycling, or roll-off, Niederhaus's team is here with reliable, efficient service and the most advanced solutions. Discover the difference that a committed and experienced waste management company can make. Niederhaus Refuse has been in business for over 100 years and is family-owned and operated since 1921. Call Niederhaus Refuse at 402-475-8361 and visit their website at nbrefuselincoln.com to learn more or sign up for your service today. Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with light southeasterly winds and an afternoon high around 80. Tonight, mostly clear skies with a low near 53. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return. It will be breezy with a high around 84. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 92.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com. Serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Truck Month is back. We have absolutely gigantic savings right now at Koppel. They are offering $12,500 off on select new pickups. That is not a mistake. You heard right. $12,500 off list price right now on select new pickups. Those discounted units, though, will not last long. These are all manager specials. You have to come in now, so hurry in down 144th Street or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Stock number G356093 must trade.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
You're listening to Adam Carricker on The Ticket on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Adam Carricker Show. I had to catch myself. The Adam Carricker Show. Again, DP, I went rogue. You can find me later. All right. I got a special guest with me. Now, you can hear him every day, 10 a.m. to noon, right here on The Tickets. He's joined by Jake T. Farley. Great show. The captain. He's a 3-time national champion. For Sean Jackson. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. Adam, yourself?
I'm glorious. I'm happy to be in studio. It's the dawn of a new era for,
Yes.
I feel like, Husker football. For me personally here with The Ticket.
Live.
All right.
It's real live now.
It's time to grill you, though.
Let's
All
go.
right. Who's going to win Saturday, Nebraska, Colorado? I'm coming right out the gate with it.
Nebraska.
Score?
By 1.
Ooh. Score prediction?
Nope.
Not yet.
Shootout. It's either going to be a shootout or it's going to be a defensive game. 1 of the two. I can't tell you which one of the two. But one of the two is going to be.
They're going to score points and one team's going to win. I'm going with that.
I'm going with the shootout and we win by 1.
So you think they can score that many points on the Black Shirts to make it a shootout? Colorado.
I think they will score points, yes. I do think they will score points. Yes. I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Colorado will score points.
You
heard it
Are
here.
you telling me that Colorado won't score points?
I'm asking how many and how many they're going to score and what's it going to look like. Not they're going to score points.
I hope they don't score any points. But in the grand scheme of things, we know they got the powerful part of Colorado's offense or team is their offense. It's the big three.
What's the only powerful part they got? So it has to be the powerful part.
No,
okay.
You telling me that defense that played against North Dakota State, are you telling me that North Dakota State team is not a good football team?
No, I have all the respect in the world. North Dakota State actually played Colorado significantly closer than San Diego's. South Dakota State played Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma State is ranked. Okay. So that doesn't bode well for Colorado. My point is simply this. If you're saying Colorado's going to score a bunch of points, I'm looking at our defense and saying, I don't know if they're going to like that. And I don't know that I agree with that. Like a bunch of points.
Listen, I'm here to tell you I am not sold yet on our defense. I'm not sold.
Why not?
Because we haven't played anybody. Who have we played?
We have. So nothing's been proven yet.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing's been proven yet, especially on offense. So with the defense, I looked at what we did last year. I looked at who's coming back. I looked at there's more proven on defense. Here's what I think is going to happen. I don't think Colorado will consistently move the ball in the Black Shirts. Not consistently. I think what's going to happen is they are so freaking talented on the outside. They're going to get big plays here and there, and that's how they're going to score their points.
Well, but big plays is what they did against North Dakota State. It was big plays. It's 80, bam, they had 1 or 2 drives.
That's what I'm talking about, though. If you're going to score a bunch of points, you've got to do something consistent. I don't know if they're going to do it consistently against the Black Shirts.
I would hope that they wouldn't, but I'm telling you that offense of Colorado is better than I think people give them credit for.
I would agree with that.
They're better, and I think their defense is better than people give them credit for.
I don't agree with that. The offensive line is terrible. The defensive line is terrible.
Okay.
I'm married to the sister of a former walk-on. I love walk-ons.
Sure.
I am best friends. My 3 best friends from the teams I played on are all walk-ons.
Okay.
Their starting running back is a walk-on because Edwards left. So all they have is Shadur. They might as well have sheets up front for offensive linemen and athletes. So if we can control the trenches, limit the running game, and get after them, I don't think they do anything consistent, but I do think they hit some bombs and big plays because they do got athletes outside. I think it's going to be maybe high 20s.
Think so?
I think it's high 20s, maybe low 30s. Maybe the loser is like 28 and the winner is like 31 points, something like that.
That's a lot of points to me. That's a shootout to me.
That's a regular game to me.
Well, in this football, it's a regular game.
In this era.
In this era,
Yes.
right? Because now we're talking about, if you don't score 31 points, that's like
It's a different era of football.
Yes.
So I view it differently.
Well, when we only give up 7 points to a UTEP team, our goal should be to give up 7 is max per game. Not, we're going to give up 21. No. Give up 7.
So I remember 94. You're going to remember this better than me. I remember watching at home, okay? 24-7 shellacking of Colorado, and 24 points felt like a ton of points. It's just a different era. But I want to ask you, what are your favorite memories from your games against Colorado? Because back then, Colorado was a really good team.
I think 94, Cordell Stewart, Charles Johnson, Michael Westbrook.
Yep.
All those people that they had on there, Deion Figures, all those guys that they had over on Colorado's team in that moment.
I remember.
For me to be a redshirt freshman and for us, I'm looking at them like, how are we going to beat them? And then we dominate them the way we did.
I was going to say pretty easily, actually.
Yeah. At that point, I understood that it did not matter the size of the dog. All that mattered was the size of the fight in the dog. And because if you looked at Colorado, they were huge. Chad Johnson, these dudes was huge, man. Big boys.
Their defensive line had first-round draft picks all over the place.
Who was 16 linebacker? can't remember his name, but he was a
I'm
monster.
definitely not going to remember that. I was a kid.
What was his name? But he played in the league for a long time.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyway, my point of those is when we beat Colorado that time, I understood that this was real. Like the guys, you thought we won the championship.
Oh, yeah. That was
right?
a big game.
It's a big game.
You guys were underdogs.
We were underdogs.
At home.
Last year, I remember a little birdie saying that this wasn't a rivalry. Last year. So a little birdie said it wasn't a rivalry. Nebraska, Colorado's not a rivalry anymore. It will always be a rivalry. When you go to Colorado and they call you everything but a child of God, and they call you the R word, the N words, everything, spitting on you, doing all of that old crazy stuff, we have a hate for Colorado. There is a real hate for Colorado.
So it's a rivalry now. For me, it was always the little brother trying to take down the big brother. The reason it's a rivalry now is because they've beaten us 3 times in a row. It's because this is the year where we feel like we're better. Everybody's trashing Colorado. It's at home. It's a night game. People are going to come hydrated. And so for me, yes, hydrated. And kids, hydrated. Drink your water. All right. So for me, I saw like 3 people pass out last Saturday at the games, by the way. Be smart. Be smart, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. For me, it's a rivalry now. Up until now, they were always just a pain in our butt. We're just sick of losing to them. And if you were, no, trust me, my sister married into a Colorado family. And so every year for 4 years, all right, that I played in college, I would get bombarded, not the week of, the freaking whole year about trash talk, trash talk, trash talk.
Sure.
So I understand. They were still just the annoying little pain in the butt. Now it's a rivalry because they've beaten us 3 times in a row.
No. We beat them 5 years. My career, I've never lost to Colorado. Every single game felt the same. Every one of them.
Well, it was a little different then because Colorado was highly ranked as well. When I played Colorado, they were good, not great.
Did y'all beat them?
I lost once, 3-1.
What did it feel like?
Felt great.
What did it feel like?
You have any idea how much trash
Colorado?
You have any idea how much trash I talk to my sister's in-laws every year?
Did you? Yes. So after the game, you talk crazy.
I wouldn't shut up.
I can't believe
I was like, you started this. I had no idea one day I talked for a living. This is back when I was terrified to order pizza on the phone, but I would talk trash then. All right, dude, what are the keys to the game, Vershawn? What are the keys to the game on Saturday?
I think the same keys there for UTEP game. We got to play a solid game. We can't turn the ball over. We've got to control the line of scrimmage up front. It's going to start there. What those big boys do up front is going to determine whether or not we win the game. And I'm going to tell you right now, you have got to run the ball effectively. The team, to me, that runs the ball effectively in this game is going to win. Defensively, you got to wrap up. If you go and watch North Dakota State game, it wasn't that he was throwing 80-yard strikes and they were landing in the end zone in his hand. The most of that was he had receivers that would catch a hitch.
Yep. Yards after catch.
Yak yards, baby. Yak, yak, yak. So you got to stop the yak yards, and we got to play emotional football. Let me tell you what I saw. When Dylan Raiola, the leader of that football team, because he is the leader of that team now, when he is out with the third team defense, third team offense, third team special teams, and he's the first one in front of the coach to greet those guys. I'm getting goosebumps right now. That's changing the culture.
Running gassers with the defense.
That's changing the culture.
Yep. I love it.
What we're doing. I love it too.
You talk about running the ball. North Dakota State was more physical than Colorado. They just didn't have the athletes to match them. 31-26 came down to the last play of the game on Colorado's home field. You look at the rushing stats, though. North Dakota State ran the ball for 157 yards. Not phenomenal, but that's if I'm playing an FCS team, they better not rush for 100. Are you kidding me? I don't care if it's North Dakota State or Timbuktu U. They ain't seeing triple digits. North Dakota State 157, Colorado 59.
Oof.
And you could say, well, they didn't run the ball many times. So let's look at their average yards per carry, 2.6.
Oof.
That's awful.
Terrible.
If I'm the black shirts, I know I've got a great talent, a great challenge on the outside with their athletes. But if I'm a defensive lineman, I am licking my chops this week because they don't want to run the ball. They don't pass block. Ooh, I'm excited.
Well, didn't we have 8 sacks last year?
Against Colorado?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And we lost. Because
yes.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure. And because we put the ball on the ground and we gave it up to turnovers cost us, right?
Yes.
Red zone, we're throwing it to them. But so here's what I'm saying. If Shador, he's not gonna beat me. My ends are coming up the field. I'm not letting him outside the pocket, and I'm blitzing his ass every down. I'm gonna hit him in the mouth. I'm gonna try to get 8 more sacks, and then I'm gonna let my phenom, the doctor, let him cook.
I was gonna say, do you have to blitz to get pressure on him? Because now you're more susceptible with their athletes on the back end, on our back end.
Well, I'm thinking you go in some type of zone man. You know what I'm saying? And I think you have to. I think you have to. You cannot let him get 5 seconds back there. He's too good.
I don't know that you have to blitz.
You do.
You're talking to a guy. So when I coach youth sports, in football, we blitz all day. In basketball, we're pressing. And in baseball, softball, we're stealing every base. Right. So I am that guy.
Yeah.
I just don't know if you need to.
You think we're going to be able to get there with our front?
They suck.
3 or 4
up front. They suck.
You think we're gonna be up there with 3 or 4? I'm telling you, they're better than.
No, not 3. No, not 3. I'm talking 4, maybe 5 at the most.
Okay, well, that's to
Rushers.
me.
Yeah.
In what we've seen in the past is 3 guys rushing.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Do that. I'm not proposing. I'm saying 4, maybe 5.
I'm saying 5 every time.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, that's what. That's.
I just don't want cover 0 where you're bringing 6 and you're literally no safety over the top.
Or you're done. You can't do that.
Yeah,
there's no way you can. You almost every play have to double Travis Hunter.
I can't. Especially if he's going to push off like that.
Yes. Well, here's another thing. If I'm Coach Rule, I'm talking to the refs before the game, and I'm saying, hey, I get it. I know he's a great player, but what we watched on film, about 4 of the 6 out of the 6 catches he had, he pushed off horribly.
Yep.
Can you just watch for us all, man?
Make a great point. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Vershawn Jackson. He's going to be joining me till the end of the show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
It's the Make It Ford Summer Sales Event. Lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for $399 per month.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1003769, $399 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, 5652 and signing no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must have new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 9324. See dealer for details.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
You've seen them come and go. Franchise testosterone clinics that pop up and then whoosh, they're gone. These franchise clinics quickly find out it's not easy to compete with Limitless Male. Limitless is locally owned and operated with a flawless protocol that has elevated them to be the best in men's testosterone replacement and sexual performance. By adding GLP-1s, our patients are losing weight in a healthy way. To feel your optimal best, schedule a free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddle's Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddle's Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddle's inside Gateway Mall.
Have you ever gotten a car deal so good that you can brag about for decades? This is that deal. The government has given us a $4,000 instant credit on vehicles already at the historically lowest prices. Cars that were over $50,000 just 2 years ago are now selling below $20,000. See the deals here and drive away the car of your dreams at a price you never thought possible. Go to 4000off.com, 400off.com to learn more.
Alcohol has strained our relationship. Drinking too much can cause harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, we will save our relationship. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT, from cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
It's the greatest time of the year again. Kickoff is here, and football is officially back. Over 1 million fans across 33 states got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog, and this year you can too. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward, and signing up is even easier. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up with promo code EARLY, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code EARLY to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 19 plus in Nebraska and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
You're listening to Adam Carricker on The Ticket on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Boom. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Adam Carricker Show. I'm just going to dive into it because we're almost out of time. And because I said that we would, we're going to spend more time on general college football tomorrow. But because I said we would today, Jake, do you have any quick takeaways from the college football weekend as a whole from the big games?
I just like Nebraska, the Big Ten, 17-1. I think that's a good start.
Wow.
The SEC lost a few games. Not everybody looked great in the Big Ten doing so, but a lot of them got the win. And of course, USC, it's still weird to say, okay, Big Ten, USC, but of course, capped off the weekend pretty well there for the Big Ten. So in an era where it's going to be Big Ten versus SEC, I think we're going to kind of look at that every week, and the Big Ten got off on the right foot.
All right, we'll chat about that more tomorrow. To Jake's point, USC beat LSU. Notre Dame handled Texas A&M. Miami spanked Florida. Rough weekend for the SEC right there. All right, VJack, talking Nebraska, Colorado. Looking back at last year's game, I got the stats pulled up right here in front of me, my man.
Sure.
With 7.5 minutes to go before halftime, what was the score in our game versus Colorado last year? Do you know?
I think it was still a 0-0 game.
So okay, I'll answer it. Okay, you knew it was 0-0. The score at halftime was 13-0. What happened the last 7.5 minutes was we had 2 fumbles and a turnover that gave Colorado the ball 3 times inside our, not 50, 40-yard line.
Oh, wow.
The Blackshirts still held them to 2 field goals and a touchdown, 13-0 at halftime. And then the second half, Colorado ended up pulling away. The Blackshirts were exhausted. The offense was what it was. Final score is 36-14. All right. What are your thoughts in general on this game, VJ?
I think you got to look at how many times we got to Shedeur last year. Like I said before, we got to Shedeur 8 times and we lost. So have you ever been a part? You're a great defensive guy. You've been in the league. You've been at Nebraska. You've played a lot of football in your life. Have you ever been a part of a game where you had 4 sacks and the team had 8 sacks total and you lost?
Me? No. Now,
how is that possible then?
Now, I've seen it one other time. Do you guys remember the year the Bengals went to the Super Bowl? They played the Tennessee Titans on the road in Nashville. The Bengals offensive line allowed the Titans to sack Joe Burrow 9 times, and the Bengals still won. That's the only time in my entire life I've ever seen anything like that. Yeah. And they ended up in the Super Bowl. The Bengals did. That's it. But if we can replicate 7 sacks, 6 sacks, 5, 8, 9, by God, I like our chances on Saturday. And I don't think that's a far-fetched number. They are truly not good up front at Colorado. 5 new offensive linemen, 5 new transfers. I think they're starting their true freshman at offensive tackle, the kid who had to get in a fight to prove his manhood.
I beg to differ.
You beg to differ with what?
I think their offensive line is better than a lot of people give them credit for. And I don't think we should underestimate them. I think we should give them the credit they went out and paid for offensive line.
Okay, they paid, but did they get anything on their return?
Well, I mean, we're going to see.
They averaged 2.6 yards per carry running the ball.
It didn't look like they tried to even make an effort to run the ball.
Well, that's true. They don't want to run the ball. They don't want to block. They don't want to tackle. They just want to play flag football.
There you go.
Their offensive line sucks. That's why.
They want to go 5 wides and go 7v7 all day long. I get that part. But listen, when we talk third down conversions, you can't go you can't give up 9 for 18 and think you're going to win. And then on the flip side of that, you go 4 and 13, 4 out of 13 times you got third down, you only got it 4. So that means you extended your drive 4 times in a game on third down.
So another question for you. It's a little unfair because I didn't know the answer. I had to look it up, so you may not know it. But how many sacks did North Dakota State have against Colorado? Do you know?
Dude, it had to be 5.
1.
Really?
So maybe they suck at run blocking and they're average at pass blocking. Maybe.
Well, if they only got 2 and 1, they got better.
Well, how do you not get better from the way they blocked last year?
I mean,
they were statues. They just got statues with little wheels underneath now, so they move a little bit.
See, we keep on. We're looking at
Jake's laughing over. Come on, Jake.
By the way, they hit him several times. They did get 1 sack.
Okay, right.
A lot of shots on Shedeur.
Yeah,
right. We're looking. See how you made me change my brain.
Hey, you're the one who wanted to join me today.
We are basically giving prime time like he's Nick Saban. He's not. He had a 1-win team. He took a 1-win team and they won 4. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
You know, sometimes you're so bad you just have nowhere to go but up.
Yes.
So is that him, or you just have nowhere to go but up?
You got nowhere to go but up. But what makes it bad for him is who he is. So now, because they're so grand, they talk so good, they got so much money. Every time I come around the corner, bling, bling, prime time, bling, bling.
Yeah.
Now they do all of that. So it catapults them into the limelight. And we all think they have arrived as a football team. They haven't. Now, I think they got better. I know they got better up front.
I do agree.
It'll be a heck of a game. I'm telling you, we are not going to run through Colorado the way people think we are.
So here's the deal. I don't think we're going to run through them either. Okay, they absolutely got better in Prime's first year. Part of that is you have nowhere to go but up. Part of that is I do think he did a good job. Okay, I do think they're better this year than they were last year. They played a lot of ranked teams. It was 7 ranked teams last year, so it wasn't an easy slate. So 4-8 is a rough schedule, a rough record, but the schedule wasn't easy. Their schedule is a little easier this year. There's a great balance in the Big 12, so it's not like it's a cakewalk. I do think they're better than people want to give them credit for because right now it's easy to bash them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Deion Sanders built this team for the long term. I don't think he built it to be there a long time. I don't think he cares. I think he wants to win now, get Shadur drafted number 1 overall, and then he wants to go to where he actually wants to go, which is probably some sort of SEC school or Florida State, one or the other.
Well, so Florida State's looking real now.
And Florida State's not looking. I'm just saying in his mind, probably, although they did lose to Georgia Tech.
It's looking real now.
Yeah, maybe they are looking. But my point is this. I know I've been having some fun here. I do think they're going to come in here with a lot of swagger, a lot of talk. If Shadur shows up at the end with this stupid phantom watch thing, I will rock bottom him along with the Rock, okay? And I'll take the ride in the back of the car with the lights, and that's okay. My point is simply this. I think it's going to be a electric atmosphere, and I think it's going to be a really good game. I'm not going to give my prediction away yet, but I will give a hint. There's one team that wants to run the ball and one team that wants to play defense, and I like that team's chances as we sit here on a Monday. Final thoughts?
I agree with you. I think at the end of the day, the Nebraska's football team has got to have. I mean, we talk about juice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know how you get up for a game? Do they have smelling sauce anymore?
Yes.
They got the smelling sauce?
I believe so.
I don't know. They said last year they was out of them.
Really?
They ran out of. There was a worldwide shortage of smelling salt last year.
Maybe I need to update my knowledge on smelling salt availability. I didn't know. Okay.
They need to just. You remember them days, right?
I do.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know, it does something. So I think their level of play, it's going to be electric because the 94 team will be in the building.
That too.
Yep. 30th year reunion. And look out, we got True and False with Coach Osborne coming up too.
Okay.
But the 30th year reunion of the first championship will be in the building. So the atmosphere will be electric. People will be a little sauced up. Drink your water, folks. We don't want anybody
stay hydrated.
Passing out. The team that shows up with the biggest heart.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be able to see it. At the end of the game, you saw our heart. When our team was feeling good about themselves, that was heart. I didn't say come in cocky.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado's going to come in cocky.
Yep.
They're going to come in with all of that big showboat and all that stuff. You hit a person that's a showboater in the mouth. And when you hit them in the mouth, most of the times they don't hit back.
Everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the mouth, right?
Got that right.
The great Mike Tyson. You made a great point. Discipline is going to be key.
Yes.
Who can keep their composure? And there's going to be so much energy in the first quarter. Who still has it in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today, Vershawn. Congratulations on the 30-year anniversary coming up this Saturday, by the way. My man Jake joining me every day, noon to 1 p.m. Central Time, live here on 93.7 The Ticket, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, The Adam Carricker Show. I'll see you tomorrow.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket is your place for English Premier League soccer. On Saturday, Arsenal tied Brighton 1 apiece, followed by Leicester City falling to Aston Villa 2-1. On the final game of Saturday action, Man City defeated West Ham 3-1. On Sunday, Chelsea tied Crystal Palace 1-1, and then Liverpool cruised by Man United 3-0. The top two teams in the EPL standings are Manchester City and Liverpool, both at 3-0. You can catch all these matches and more at McKinney's Irish Pub, your headquarters in Lincoln for English Premier League soccer at 8th and P.
For 15 years, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping has been helping Lincoln become